welcome to my channel, Revive Beauty. My name is Donna, and I'm just so happy you're here. So today we have three little projects. Here is project one, and we will be using this paper here. It's called Midnight Harvest. And we're going to be using a little board. It's like a cutting board, but not really a cutting board that I purchased from Dollar Tree. It was $3. It's cute the way it is, but we're gonna make it spectacular. So you can see I'm trying to get that price tag off. It wasn't too bad. And I'm going to give it some painting. So we're doing a dark and moody fall. And one of my favorite color palettes is autumn colors, your oranges, your yellows, your golden colors against black. I think it's so pretty. So that's what we're doing with this video. We're doing fall colors against a black background, which to me is sort of dark and moody. It's a little unexpected, but oh, so beautiful. So I'm just painting the black. I'm going to be putting the paper in the center there. So as you can see, I probably went down a little too far on the top of the black there for my picture, but I think I fixed that. So yeah, I'm just getting it painted. It's going to be a decoupage. And if you like to purchase this paper, it will be linked below in the description. Took me a while to get this video out. I'm so sorry if you've been waiting. I've just been so busy trying to get stuff done with my shop and other things. Hoping I can get on track here soon. Here's my paper. You can see I started measuring it. Realized I covered up too much, so here I am. I have to paint some of that black over. It's always good to have a light background for decoupage. You know, whether it's rice paper or napkins, you want a white background just to make the image pop. So I'm sort of trying to figure it out, measure it out there, how I want it. What do you guys think of this image? Let me know. Please leave a comment. Hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things. Especially if you like what I do. We will be doing Christmas stuff next. I have Christmas decorations. I have some Christmas gifts I'm going to be getting ready. So make sure you guys are following. You subscribe so you get notified. Hit the notification button too. I know everyone tells you guys that, but it's so important. Otherwise, YouTube doesn't really see us unless you guys are doing all the things. So please, consider doing that for me. So I decoupage. Now I'm just going over. I used Mod Podge. I used watered down Mod Podge. It's just, I want it thinner so it's not so thick. And I always lay a coat on top. I think this is a gloss Mod Podge that I'm using. So is this year flying by, guys? Oh my gosh. Halloween, almost Thanksgiving. Before we know it, it's going to be 2025. I just find that just, I don't know, somehow just crazy. It just doesn't seem like this year has been that long. Time is flying by for sure. So I'm just giving it a good dry. Sometimes drying takes a long time, and I do cut a lot of it out. So I'm going to use a little finger sander and sand off the edge. And when you do that, you want to make sure it's really dry or it'll just start ripping. And I think the paint I used was the enamel paint on this, the black enamel from this is Deco Art. It's the Deco Art gloss enamel. There was a little bubble there, so I was trying to get that to go down. Sometimes if you heat it up enough, it sort of does like a iron type thing. I could have used the iron on this, but I was just trying to use the dryer. So here I am using a little, I think it's called a finger sander. And just going around it, getting all the little pieces off. Gonna do the other side. There we go, all done. So hopefully I show you guys, but I do some embellishments and I'm not quite sure. You see those little things up there in the corner? I did do some embellishment, but I'm afraid I might have lost that or I didn't record. Here I'm just touching up. There's some like white spots or just like little imperfections that I was just trying to cover up. Um, can't really tell. I was trying to see if I can get the paper and the board blended more. As you can tell that the black's a little different. I should have probably used more of a matte black. Just going around the edges now. So I'm pretty sure I didn't record myself adding the embellishments to this project. And so I added some Totally Dazzled. You could see them up in the corner. There was some autumn leaves and some pumpkins. And I did trim around the edge of it with some, chain. I'm trying to think what they're called. You'll see in the final reveal, but yeah, I did forget to record myself. I'm pretty sure I didn't lose this. I just forgot. Well, I'm just cleaning my mat. I don't know why I have this in here. Okay, I guess I forgot to record myself, but here's project number 2. This, I believe, is what we call a wall pocket. I bought this at Goodwill a long, long time ago, and it's just been sitting in my garage, and I decided to get it out. And we're going to do a dark and moody look on it. We are going to revive this beauty because it's looking pretty old and faded and ugh. So I'm painting it black, and I'm using the gloss enamel, which now I wish I would have used something different because you can really see the paint lines on this, and you could sort of tell here that it left paint lines. So maybe using acrylic would have been better. I'm not sure, but yeah, it did leave paint lines. So I was trying to smooth them out, but it just wasn't working. So I'm just going around the whole thing. Now tell me, would you guys have bought this at Goodwill if you would have seen it, in its current condition? Because, you're stuck in the, why did I buy this? I must have had another project in mind. Not sure. Now because it's been so long, but I must have had something else in mind, and that's the reason I picked it up. But really liked the way it turned out. So I'm just giving it a dry so I can paint the rest. It dried pretty fast. Oh, guys, I'm a messy crafter. I am. I just get paint all over me. So I'm just trying to smooth it out a little bit, those lines. And get it all covered. Get the bag. I tried taking that little sticker off. It wouldn't come off. at all, so I just painted right over it. Trying to smooth it out there. Let's see. Still leaving paint lines. Oh well, you know what? I'm not perfect. Nothing I do is perfect. I still love it. In fact, like I've said before, I love imperfections. I think they're real and they're honest and they're good. Imperfections are good. They make everything unique. Because you'll probably never find this like this, another one like this. So it's a very unique piece. Might not be everybody's style, but it's very unique. A lot of painting. So this piece, I'm going to add some florals to it. I purchased these florals from Goodwill. They were like an amazing bunch of florals that I found that are like sunflowers and autumn colors and autumn leaves. They were just really, really nice. You know, sometimes you can see them and they're pretty shabby and faded, and this was a lot for a very good price. You know, sometimes you can do that. You can get really nice stuff for a cheaper price. Although the other day I went to Goodwill, two different items that I picked up and turned over had the original price tag on it, and Goodwill's price was more than the original cost from the store. Like one was from Ross, and oh, I don't remember where the other one was. One was like these beautiful Christmas napkin rings. They were like $9 where they originally came from, and Goodwill had them for like 10.49. And then I picked up something else. I don't remember what it was now, but the same thing. The store price ticket was still on the back, and Goodwill had it priced for more. I was like, what are they trying to do? And they received the stuff free. So here I'm just going over that design, and I'm trying to be real careful just to go over the little raised area with rub and buff. So as you can tell, I'm trying to be really cautious. I don't have a very steady hand, so it does take a lot for me to do these little details. I had a skinny brush, so it really helped. So yeah, going back to the Goodwill. So make sure you look to see, especially if it's like in new packaging, because these two items that I had picked up were in the packaging still, and the price was on the back, and they evidently didn't see it or didn't care, and they priced it for more. So watch out for that. And I think if you bring it to their attention, they'll change the price, they'll lower it. I remember that happened once before to me, and I said, hey, you guys are charging more than the ticket price, and they changed it. I mean, they lowered it a few dollars. So try that, see if that works. Okay, here we are, and I'm using one of these square styrofoams. Just pushing it down in there. And here comes the florals that I purchased from Goodwill. Look at those. They really are pretty. I was amazed. And they weren't dirty or anything. So I think at this point I was probably looking for my wire cutters. I just find it so funny that you'll have something and you turn around the next second and it's completely gone. It's like my scissors. I'm always losing my scissors. I don't get it. And then the next day I'll come in here and they're right there. It's like they're trying to play games with me. So I'm no florist, and I just put these in the way that I felt it was pleasing to my eye. But if you're doing this, you do it your way. Everybody has different tastes, different likes. So just do it the way you want. I do have a friend who was a florist years ago, and she promised to train me, but we never got around to it. I mean, we used to work together, so she's still around. It's just that we don't live close together. We don't live very close to each other. So we would have to make a special day to do this. So I put like a sunflower on each end, and then I'm going to fill the middle up with some other flowers. I just think this piece is very pretty too. So I'm going to be having a Christmas party for my family, and I'm excited to start getting decorations together and, getting everything going. How many of you are going to have a Christmas party for your family? Leave a comment. Let me know. Let me know what your theme is. Like, are you doing, like, some people do gingerbread, some people are doing old world, some people are doing, like, well, I don't know. My doctor's office, they do some fantastic trees. One of them was like all top hats, one of them were all gingerbread, one was all candy cane type stuff. But very, like, designer looking. And speaking of designer, are there any Mackenzie Child lovers here. Just curious how many people. I love Mackenzie Childs. I have quite a few pieces. Just wondering if there's any more. Well, I'm sure there is because people seem to love it. It's very whimsical. I like whimsical. So I'm just painting this chain just to get it all matched, because it had that faded, I guess it's brown on it. So what do you guys think of this project? These were very easy, sort of simple projects that I did. And I started like a couple of weeks ago with this, recording these, but it's just been so busy. I've had such a hard time trying to get back to getting this video done and out. But please let me know what you think. Is this a yes or a no? Just getting the handle dry now. Okay, well, I guess we're gonna wait for the final reveal. Here's project 3, and this is a little wreath type thing that I purchased from Michael's. It's like feathery. It was in their Halloween section, but I'm using it for fall. And I purchased these little feather stick things there, which I love. I actually purchased 3. My dog got a hold of one, and so it really couldn't be used after that. So now I'm just working with 2, trying to find a good place. It was just I was just trying to blend them in a little bit. And at one point during this here, I did burn my finger pretty bad. It's the glue. I was using hot glue. It was so hot. See, just trying to get them blended in a little bit. I wish I would have had the other one. But it was my fault. I had it where he could grab it, so he taught me. Don't leave things around where I can reach them. And then those florals I did buy from Michael's also. They were really pretty. The sunflowers are a little sparkly. So I'm just doing like the bottom round part of this wreath. I'm not going all the way around it. And I'm just cutting the flowers and placing them as I like them. And like I said before, if you were doing this, you do it the way you would like to do it. What's pleasing to your eye. Because this is what I found that I liked. Does that make sense? Using those sunflowers, you can see the little sparkle. Yeah, this was a really pretty bunch I got from Michael's. Got some roses. Look at this. I love the colors. Don't you guys like that color palette against black? It's so pleasing to me. I wish I could do my whole house like this. My husband wouldn't go for it, but I would be happy. don't know if you're going to see it. Point where I burned my finger. Maybe that was it. I don't know. That was a pretty bad burn. And there wasn't a whole lot, there was just this like wire thing to stick these to. So I think that made it a little difficult to stick. So these are some leaves that I purchased. I believe I purchased these at Goodwill. There were some like autumn leaves with berries on them. I'm just wondering how many people like steampunk. If you like steampunk, let me know in the comments section because we got some steampunk coming up. I think steampunk is another whimsical design. Very fun. Getting that pumpkin in there. So I was getting glue everywhere. Glue strings. I have to keep lifting it up so I can see it, like from a hanging, facing me section, like so I can see how it's gonna look when it's hung up. So I'm just about done there. What do you guys think? I'm gonna have to use the dryer there to try to get some of those glue strings to just melt away because there was a lot of them. I'm not a fan of hot glue, but it's just easier to use it with this stuff, because it's faster. I'm just sort of going around it, fluffing it out a little. Trying to make sure everything's where I want it. There we go. What do you guys think? Huh? I love it. It's hanging on my door. Well, here's our final reveal. make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you.